What is up, internet people? GoalieBoy41 signing in here for episode 2 of What I Use and Why I Use It, the series where I tell you guys what I use and then I explain why I use it. In this episode today, we are going to be covering what I use in S&D gameplays. So, yeah, awesomeness. In today's episode, we are going to be using the ACR with my perks are going to be stuff, and more stuff. Otherwise known as Sleight of Hand Pro, Quick Draw, and Dead Silence, because I don't have the Pro variant yet at the time of this commentary, and my voice sounds extremely weird right now. But let's get on without doing this gay, awesome, extremist voice, and yeah, more stuff. And without further ado, let's start talking about our Tier 1 perk. Today I have the always trusty Sleight of Hand Pro attached onto my class, but I'd have to say that this first tier perk is very interchangeable in Call of Duty pub lobbies. Now, it really depends on if you are playing pub lobbies or if you are training for game battles, which I am in this commentary. The reason I use Sleight of Hand in this commentary is because it gives me that little bit of edge if an opponent comes up right behind me, right at the time, or if I'm in a situation where I need a quick reload, or if I don't have time to reload cancel, it gives me that extra second to get a little bit of edge on my opponent, and that is why I have Sleight of Hand selected. But another perk that is very viable for this Tier 1 selection is Extreme Conditioning Pro. I'm not going to go into detail about that because I went into detail about that. Super fast, I went into detail in that with my last commentary, which I will put a link in the description to, or annotation on the screen. But the reason I am using Sleight of Hand Pro is mainly because I just feel that it is a necessary perk for S&D. I don't know why I feel that it's a necessary perk, but I feel safer using it than if I did not have it on. And next we're going to talk about my Tier 2 perk, which I'm currently using, which is Quick Draw Pro. And the reason I like Quick Draw Pro so much in S&D is because it allows you to get on aim faster. In S&D, it's all about the 1v1 battles. It's not about you versus 5 guys, you versus 3 guys at once. It's all about the little battles, and they're almost always going to be head-on-head confrontations with your other opponent. And that is the main reason why I like to use Quick Draw in S&D lobbies. Now we are going to move on to my Tier 3 perk, which is Dead Silence, and it comes in very helpful right here. I am a total sound whore, and I love it. And that is why I use the Dead Silence perk. One, because there are way too many sound whores like me out there who are using Turtle Beaches. Tritons, Astros. There are just way too many headsets out there, and you can't trust, or you don't know if there's ever going to be a sound whore on the other team, so I just always slap that on. The other reason why I do like to use, what's it called? Dead Silence. Jeez, I'm going memory blanks right now. Back to the second reason why I like to use Dead Silence is because it removes your footsteps. And when I'm not playing in a full lobby right now with my full team, but I know MX is running Dead Silence too, and I know when we play game battles, he is going to be running Dead Silence, and anyone else on our team or against us is going to be running Dead Silence. So overall, it really gives us that false sense of security that no one can hear us, which is not very effective in most S&D lobbies. But for the few that there are a sound whore in, it is a necessary perk, and I recommend that everyone uses it. Unless you're playing against me, then you use something else, please. And as you can see, we are already done talking about the perks. I knew I was going to have trouble doing a full S&D commentary talking about perks, so I decided that we're also going to talk about the sidearms that I'm using. Which, when I mean sidearms, I mean my frag and my proximity thingamabobber motion sensor, whatever the fuck you want to call it. And I'm sorry for swearing, but it just came out of my mouth. So back onto my sidearms. I'm going to talk first about the frag, and the reason I like the frag so much is because you can cook it. And this is a very viable option and strategy, especially when someone like me who is training for game battles, I need to learn those frag spots. And the Semtex, it's good, but it just doesn't have the travel distance that the frag does. The frag is a more versatile attachment, and I find myself getting less hit markers than I do with the Semtex. And let me just show. Yeah, Predator Missile Dodge for the win. My other one sidearm I'm talking about is the proximity motion sensor thingamabobber. And the reason I like to use this in pub lobbies is because it gives you that extra awareness boost. Because I can be looking one way and I can have my motion sensor down on the other side of the hallway. It just gives you that extra awareness that you need to win some of those fights, which I know it is banned in game battles, which I'll have to make the switch back over to flashes, but that's easy enough. And I just love my motion sensor in pub lobbies while I can use it. And the commentary is coming to an end as I get the final game-winning kill right here. I'd like to thank you guys for watching, and please rate on how you accordingly think the video should be rated. And my name's GoalieBoy41, and I am signing out. Yabba dabba doo.